There's no credit available. With Ford Credit, there is. Check for pre-approval at FordVehicles.com. And if you lose your paycheck, we'll make your payments for up to 12 months. Quality, credit, and payment protection. That's the Ford Advantage Plan. Now get 0% financing for 72 months on a new 2009 Ford Fusion. Visit your Tri-State Ford dealer and drive one.
Hi, I'm PC, your predictably correct morning radio guy.
He's not PC, not predictable. He's Imus.
So he's...
opinionated, irreverent.
I make my big-name guests comfortable so they talk.
He does bigger names and makes them uncomfortable so they squirm. Then they talk.
You want them to squirm?
Yeah, makes it more interesting.
The new Imus on 77 WABC.
Well, stick around after the final hour for a special Yankees postgame show. You know, David, that O'Neill had no idea about the postgame show, so he's going to be thrilled. We'll have a look at all the sights and sounds from this first ever game at the new Yankee Stadium, including highlights of all the action and initial thoughts from the players after this grand opening. It's the Yankees postgame show only on Yes. So did you know about this, Paul? Did you hear about this postgame show? No?
David cut my mic off here. I'm over here talking to you. They don't want to hear my post-game show anymore. You know you're done for the night when you start talking and your mic doesn't even work. It's just like, just go home. We've had enough of you.
Jonathan Albaladeo had a very, very good spring. And what the Yankees did was they chose Albaladeo, who was obviously a short reliever, over the longer relievers they could have had. They could have had long men like Brett Tomko, who had a very good spring, Dan Geis or Alfredo Aceves, but they chose Jonathan Albaladeo to be the final man on the pitching staff. And Albaladeo deals for a strike.
Definitely a bit surprising, although, as you said, Michael, he did have good numbers and a good spring. But even money was on a long man. Maybe Tomko sneaking in and stealing, that last spot, who also had a great spring, former starter throughout his career, veteran guy. Chose to go with the short guy. More of a one-inning guy. Albaladeo's 2 years in a row now. He's made the cut opening day. He's been at the welcome home dinner.
Last year, his injuries cut short his season at 7 games at 3.95 ERA. No, the rosters at the beginning of the year, they're not the rosters you'll see in August. Teams want to see what they have first couple of months, and then they start to fine-tune. They might call up people from the minors. They might make some trades. That's why when you read, and we all have to do it, you make predictions, you have no idea. I mean, people that, all right, Sports Illustrated picked the Mets to win the World Series. That was before they signed Gary Sheffield today. I mean, things change. It's so fluid. You could have a big injury. You could make a big trade, and then the landscape changes completely. Soft ground ball is short. Pena, who can really pick it, one away.
I read that, that Detroit let him list. Was there a reason he didn't fit in, or he didn't like his attitude, or was this money? What
they just felt that he was not going to be able to play the field. They did not want to lock up their DH spot with him. They wanted to be able to rotate it, use Carlos Guillen as a DH, and they didn't feel that he was going to be willing to accept any kind of secondary role where he wasn't playing every day. And he's one home run away from the magic 500. Bunted foul.
It's a gutsy move by Detroit. Makes you think there's maybe a missing link. Something happened there this spring with Leyland and Sheffield. Speaking obviously of Sheffield being released, they still owe him $14 million. He was, like you said, one home run away from 500. So there's a missing link there. Some missing part to that story for that to happen at the end of spring training.
It also shows an organization that has a lot of respect and trust a lot in a manager, and that's Jim Leyland. I mean, to walk in there and tell an organization we need to get rid of a guy we owe $14 million to, and the organization do it, shows me that they have a lot of respect for their manager.
Well, if you think at the money that they're costing themselves, $14 million for Sheffield, and then Dontrell Willis, who's been a complete bust since coming over from the Marlins. He's owed $22 million over the next 2 years, and he's on the DL because of an anxiety problem. So these are mistakes that Dave Dombrowski's made, and this is a very, very depressed city, and their season ticket sales are way, way down. And a lot of people look at this team as the team that's going to be in a fire sale if they don't get off to a good start. All of a sudden, you'll see guys like Cabrera available and Guillen available, guys that make big money. So for them to eat $14 million, wow. So the Mets pick him up today, and they don't have to pay him the major league minimum of $400, and the Tigers pay $13.6 million of that. That one's driven deep to right field, going back Linden, still back, and he makes the play.
You know, it's funny, back to the Detroit thing. I mean, you look at this stadium and how cool it is, and everybody, and it's a good play out there in right field. Going into the WB Mason. It's brought from the old stadium.
Classic brand right there.
But back to Detroit, I mean, that's one new stadium to me. When I walked in that, they kind of dropped the ball. It just didn't work. It wasn't an exciting thing for the city to go down and walk into that stadium like it is to walk in here tonight. Did you get that feeling, Tony?
Yes, without a doubt. You know, it becomes contagious too. You start to feed off of it. And, you know, this was great to see this ballpark filled up tonight to give us some dimension to the place. I mean, we've been looking at this place all winter.
There's a strike. I want to remind you, we're back again tomorrow. Afternoon game, 1 o'clock start. The three of us are back. It'll be the Yankees and the Cubs again, the final exhibition game of the year. And then it all begins on Monday against the Orioles at Camden Yards. What's left of the crowd on its feet, the 0-2. Up and in, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. This should do it. Swisher's there, and the ball game is over as the Yankees win the first game here at the new Yankee Stadium by a 7-4 score. The Yankees pick up their 23rd victory of the spring. They are 23-10-1, and they do it in impressive fashion. A nice start by Chien-Ming Wang. 3 home runs by the Yankees. One by Robinson Cano. That was the first home run at the new Yankee Stadium. One by Matsui off the right field foul pole, and a 3-run shot by Cody Ransom off the left field foul pole. So a happy Joe Girardi. Everybody's smiling. Their Christmas gift of a stadium opens up to a victory. We have so much more to come. We'll give out the awards, and we will make sense of a 7-4 exhibition game victory as the new Yankee Stadium has the curtain come up on the new show on Broadway, and it's rave reviews at this point.
I'm putting together a special team with special powers. We didn't sign up for this. You think you are. This is what we do.
On May 1st,
I'm done.
We can't just let you walk away.
witness
Hunt him down.
the origins.
Welcome to the war.
X-Men Origins Wolverine. This film is not yet rated.
Toyota introduced the technologically advanced Prius Hybrid and created a phenomenon. In fact, it took us by surprise. It became the car for everyone. Find the right Prius for you. Lease a Prius now for $199 a month or get $1,000 cash back. Prius has the highest EPA-rated combined fuel economy of any vehicle. Test drive America's most fuel-efficient car today.
Every month. Surprise!
Surprise!
My small business phone bill was way more than I expected. Way more than I expected.
There were hidden fees for everything.
This little hidden fee, this charge.
It got out of control.
Switch to Optimum Business and get unlimited calling and high-speed internet for just $29.95 a month each.
I switched my business to Optimum Business.
To Optimum Business, and I am so happy.
You could save 50% or more over the phone company. Call 1-866-218-2001.
With one flat rate, it's just part of my cost. The amount is the same every month.
The price is the price, and that is it, and that's the way I like it.
Just call. Just call the number. It's free.
I just called the number, and they hooked me up. My website is my storefront.
So reliability is key.
Reliability is key.
Add static IP and host your own website, email, and more.
Optimum Online is really fast. It's faster.
It costs less. You don't have to change your number.
How easy is that?
Come on, it's a no-brainer.
Switch to Optimum Voice and Optimum Online for $29.95 a month each. It's easy. Just call 1-866-218-2001 and take back control of your business.
He's New York's #1 sports authority.
If you don't think that matters, well, you're dead wrong. It matters a lot. It's not like you can import new arms. It's not like you're going to be able to wave a magic wand and 3 new guys are showing up.
His talk is hard-hitting.
If I don't say it, no one will.
And he's earned the respect of the fans.
The audience is why I'm here. I'm only here because of you.
He is Mike Francesa.
Just be fair. Be a little bit fair. No one's asking you how you're doing it. Just get it done.
Mike Francesa, New York's #1 sports radio show. Weekdays at 1, right here on Yes.
Yankees win this one 7-4. They open up the new stadium with a victory. Time to take a look at the plays of the game, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. What are they, Paul?
Well, they're consistent home runs. The first one's in the 3rd inning, a 2-run shot off the right field foul pole. We turn around, Cody Ransom, 4th inning with a 3-run shot off the other foul pole. So either the foul poles are a little larger, or in the new Yankee Stadium, they keep the ball fair.
Well, we know that they're well-rooted because they didn't get knocked down with those home runs as the Yankees win this one 7-4. 7-13-1, beating 4-6-1. Wong the win. Lilly the loss. Albaladejo gets the save. Time of the game, 2:56. Ransom, the 3-run home run. Matsui and Cano, 2-run home runs each. And for Cano, that was the first home run here at the new Yankee Stadium into the right center field bleachers. Please join us again tomorrow for Yankees baseball as the Bombers take on these very same Chicago Cubs right here at the new Yankee Stadium. The coverage will begin at 1 p.m. in high definition where available. Hey, stay tuned for the New York Yankees postgame show. After these messages, they'll be on the third base side of the new Yankee Stadium. For Paul O'Neill and David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from the new Yankee Stadium. Have a good night, everybody. So long.
He's gonna do it.
He is not gonna do it.
He's gonna do it.
He is not gonna do it.
There he is. Watch.
He's not gonna do it.
He did it. Office supplies in there, snacks and coffee in there, cleaning stuff in there.
He did it. Who does that?
Who but W.B. Mason?
One source.
Wonderful.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Oh, come on in. I had some other things you could tell people about Geico. Great claim service and a 97% customer satisfaction rate show people really trust us.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Trust is key when talking about Geico. You gotta feel it. Why don't you and I practice that with a little exercise where I fall backwards and you catch me?
No, sir. Honestly, I don't think...
No, we can do this.
Oh, dear.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For 3 days only, the perfect furniture at the perfect price. At Raymore and Flanagan, you'll find deep discounts from 10 to 30% off. Specially selected furniture. Perfect for lounging in the living room, sleeping in on Sunday, for family get-togethers. And it gets better. You pay nothing for 1 full year with 3-day delivery.
Now that's furnishing my style.
This Raymore and Flanagan sale ends Saturday, 9 p.m.
The new unmistakable Audi Q5, powered by Quattro. Experience the Audi Q5 today. Audi, official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees.
And hi, everybody. Great to have you with us here on the Yankees post game from the new Yankee Stadium. And what a way for the Yankees to christen their new ballpark.
beating the Chicago Cubs 7-4. Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty with you. And did it live up to expectations? We saw a few firsts out there, even though they're sort of faux firsts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Derek Jeter gets a first at bat, hits a double. I mean, obviously you knew that he was going to do something special tonight, had a couple of hits. We have to remember this is still just a spring training game. The Yankees came out of this game healthy. Chien-Ming Wang did not have his good stuff. He settled down a little bit. I thought all in all the fans had a great time tonight.
And it was a fun baseball game to watch, but you're right, because when I was up in the Great Hall and out by the food court, I noticed that people were, you know, doing a lot of walking around, looking around. It wasn't tonight as much about the ball game as it was about the ballpark.
Yeah, I think opening day you'll see it's going to be about the ball game. Tonight it was about the park. The fans got to experience it. Everybody working the stadium got to figure out some of the problems, get them ironed out. All in all, a great night for the Yankees. They hit the ball well, 13 hits, a couple of home runs, look good swinging the bats.
You know, one of the themes when they closed Yankee Stadium last year was, could they bring the history over? Well, in a way, they did that tonight. Now, if you go back to last year in the first game of the season, as we take a look at tonight's highlights, it was Reggie Jackson who was throwing out the first pitch at the old stadium last year. And then he threw out the first pitch at the new stadium. So Reggie double dipping there. Now we go top of the first, no score, runners at the corners, and Derek Lee fly ball to center. Aaron Miles will race home, and Brett Gardner's throw too late, so just like that, they score against Wong.
You know, Brett Gardner, his worst asset is his throwing arm, and he showed off a good arm right there. Bang, bang play, just a little bit too late.
Well, here's that hit you talked about. Bottom of the first, Derek Jeter, the first Yankee to step up off Ted Lilly. Scorches one down to left for a double, so a little bit of history there. And again, there will be a new series of firsts when they play the home opener here April 16th. Top of the second, runners at first and second. Aaron Miles lacing the Wong pitch to the right field corner. 2-run score, 3-0 Cubs at that point. So they're starting to get to Chien-Ming Wang a little bit, but he would settle down. And the Yankees offense would get going. Bottom of the second, runner at first, and Robinson Cano absolutely tattoos that one off Lilly to make it 3-2.
You know, all night I was trying to pay attention to see how the ball was going to carry. With this shot from Robinson Cano, it was on a line, so there was no doubt it was going to be the first home run at the new Yankee Stadium. He looks like he's locked in.
And then Hideki Matsui, bottom of the third, a runner aboard and 2 outs, and Matsui off the pole and right, apparently needing to check the structural integrity of the pole. It's a 2-run shot that puts the Yankees in front. Now Cody Ransom says, well, I need to check the one out in left. So he does, rings it off the pole in left. So Ransom showing a little bit of pop.
Yeah, good news for Cody Ransom. He's gotten a lot of attention, going to fill in for Alex Rodriguez, and gets off to a nice start. A fastball up in the zone, and like you said, that ball was driven well out of here.
So Ransom, nice work there to make it 7-4. Mariano Rivera gets the call in the 6th inning. And he strikes out Ryan Theriot right there to end the frame. So again, 7-4 Yankees, the final. Mo looking like he's vintage Mo right there. Wong gets the win, Lilly the loss. Again, we have to remember this is exhibition baseball. But as we talk about what developed tonight, Wong did give up some runs. He didn't look completely settled, John, but he finally did settle down a little bit. What did you see that you liked?
You know, Chien-Ming Wang was out of sync early in this ball game. He had trouble with his location. He couldn't get ahead with first pitch strikes. It was a struggle for him. Good news for the Yankees, he kind of figured it out. But early in the ball game, there were a lot of sinkers up in the zone. You see right here, Gathright slaps one right back up the middle past a diving Derek Jeter, but that's a sinker up. Another fastball up in the zone to Miles, and he drills it to right center. That's not Chien-Ming Wang. He gets a little better with Fukudome, freezes him on the inside half, and then gets a little comebacker, which is what we're used to seeing from Chien-Ming Wang. But it was a struggle early, and good news for the Yankees. He kind of figured it out later on.
All right, so as we look at Chien-Ming Wang here, and again, remember, he kind of had to work to get a feel for that sinker ball at the start of last season, allowing 4 runs over 5 innings tonight. Is that the case, having caught a lot of sinker ballers, that's the case? It takes him a little while to get the feel for that pitch?
Yeah, sometimes he'll get a little fatigue in the arm, which will add to a little bit of movement down in the zone. But we also have to remember, this is the first time Chien-Ming Wang has been on this mound at Yankee Stadium. Danny Cunningham, the grounds crew guy, does a great job. But to replicate the same mound from the old stadium to the new stadium, it's not that easy. These guys are going to figure it out every time they take a start out there.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got a lot more coming up here from the new Yankee Stadium. I guess at this point, I could just call it Yankee Stadium. Here we go. One exhibition game in the books. When we come back, we'll talk to the guys in the booth, Michael, Paul, and Coney, about the Yankees' 7-4 win tonight.
Tomorrow, It's all Yankees all day long, starting with a special Mike Francesa show live from the new Yankee Stadium, leading up to the Cubs versus Yankees exhibition game at the Bombers' new home in the Bronx, followed by the season premiere of the Joe Girardi Show. It all starts tomorrow morning at 10, only on Yes.
If you're like some drivers, you could be suffering from importitis, the irrational belief that imports are better cars. Luckily, relief is here. The 09 Chevy Malibu. It's a proven winner, looks great, and has incredible fuel economy. So say goodbye to imports and feel better about your car. Get an 09 Malibu LS with an EPA estimated 30 highway MPG for around $22 grand. Find your nearest dealer on ChevyOffers.com.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Great game last night, huh?
Oh, yeah. Total domination.
Unbelievable.
Forget about it.
Hey, fellas. This is Tom. This is the first day.
I'm wicked psyched to be here. You guys ready to rent some cars?
I like this one.
Thank you. Excuse me, sir! Can you tell me which coffee tastes better?
Hey, definitely.
This one. Thank you.
In a national taste test, more hard-working Americans preferred the taste of Dunkin' over Starbucks. Want to try the coffee that won? You can do it. America runs on Dunkin'. Pick up 6 of your favorite donuts for only $3 at Dunkin' Donuts today.
Another level, and you never ever make a deal with the devil, yeah.
Rescue Me premieres Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Secondhand smoke causes asthma in children.
And we are back at the new stadium on the Yankees postgame. The Yankees christening their new ballpark with a 7-4 win in exhibition play over the Chicago Cubs. And let's go from the field up to the booth. Michael Kay, Paul O'Neill, and David Cohn standing by. And Michael, I believe I need to begin with an apology. During the game, I did a pop from the food court. You asked for 2 slices. I brought you nothing. I hope your stomach is not rumbling right now.
I'm fine. You really have to apologize to this guy. He needs the food. But, you know, this new stadium has something, you know, right across the hall over here.
I was hoping for extra innings. I was waiting for that pizza delivery. It never did show up.
Anyway, the stadium played, I think, the way people expected it to play. One thing that, you know, we don't know, it's not warm weather, and the ball travels more in warm weather, but the ball looked like it did jump today.
It did. I mean, the infield was fast, as Paulie pointed out early in the game. A lot of ground balls got through, but that was fooled on a lot of fly balls. I just seemed to get to the gaps in a hurry, get to the wall. Saw a couple foul pole home runs from the Yankee side. Ball was jumping tonight.
What did you think of the new ballpark? This is the first game you got to see, first game ever played here.
Yeah, it's fun because I walked in, I looked around, it's awesome. But as soon as it filled up with people and the noise got going, then it kind of reminded me of the old Yankee Stadium too. So it's a neat place. Obviously, the players are going to have the stories that we really want to hear tomorrow on the background, on the hitting, how close the fans feel. So many things they have to get used to. But you know, the big thing is they got one more game tomorrow to get used to this place, and then they play for real on Monday, and that's the important time.
Now, the people that are home watching this post-game show, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. You don't have to wait for the newspaper because Kim Jones is in the clubhouse right now. We'll hear everything about everybody that and what they think, and we'll hear from Cody Ransom and Johnny Damon amongst many, so they'll give us their immediate take. Let's talk some baseball now. One of the guys last year who didn't have a good year for the Yankees, it's just 271, Robinson Cano. He will go down in history as the guy who hit the first home run at the new Yankee Stadium. You might say it's an exhibition game, but people remember Mickey Mantle hit the first home run at the old Astrodome. That being said, Does Cano look a little bit different than he did last year to you?
Well, I think we went over that a little bit during the game. I think that it might have sunk in the offseason that this is not the type of player I am. I think that if he doesn't hit higher than he did last year, I'd be very surprised. I mean, Robinson Cano, in my mind, is a 300 hitter, and I hope he doesn't get caught up in the home run swing. He's just too good of a natural hitter using the whole ballpark.
Now, a guy who had a 3-run home run off the left field foul pole was Cody Ransom. Now, Cody Ransom is going to play a very important role for this team. Alex Rodriguez is out till probably the first week of May, maybe the middle of May. Now, they expect Cody Ransom to field ground balls at third base. That's his first job. But he can hit a little bit, David. You said that, and you've seen that.
Yeah, he's an outstanding athlete. I mean, he can play all over the field, you know, any position, really. You think he's probably got 6 or 7 gloves in his bag when he shows up. But he does have some pop. We saw that last year when he broke in with the Yankees. You know, 2 home runs and 2 at-bats. That's a hell of a debut for him. But he also had some home runs in the minor leagues. This guy paid his dues. These are the kind of guys you love to see to get that break, Paulie. I mean, he's not some rookie that's 22 years old. This guy's really been around the block, paid his dues in the minor leagues, deserves this break. Those are the kind of guys you pull for.
33 years old, Cody Ransom is. He actually recorded the final put out at the old Yankee Stadium. And when the stadium opens for real on April 16th, he's going to be the starting third baseman for the first Yankee lineup. Now, one other guy that hit a home run in today's game was Hideki Matsui. He's finally healthy. He's had 2 knee surgeries over the last couple of years. He's going to be the DH at least for the first 2 months. They're not going to put him in the outfield. You think he has much left?
Well, I think he's a smart hitter. He's a great situational hitter. He gets the guy in from third base. Those are the type of guys you need on this team in the middle of the lineup to help drive in runs. Now, is he going to steal some bases? Is he going to stretch for the extra base? Probably not. So, like Posada is, you know, not exactly knowing how far they are at this point. You know, Hideki Matsui might be in that same mold for Joe Girardi.
Now, the starter for the Yankees tonight was Chien-Ming Wang, and David brought this up during the game, and it's really interesting that we should repeat it, is that when the Yankees signed CC Sabathia and A.J. Burnett, that makes their ace from the last 3 years really the third starter. Now, he's going to start the second game because they want to split Burnett and Sabathia, 2 fastball-type pitchers. But bottom line is, he's really the third starter in this rotation. That takes a lot of pressure off of him. He didn't have an arm injury last year. He had a foot injury. This guy could really be important for the Yankees.
Hugely important because of his style, too. I mean, you got Burnett and Sabathia are power guys. To have that sinker guy in the middle of there, and then you mix in Pettit and Jabba Chamberlain. I like the mix of the rotation, the different styles, the variance in styles. Chien-Ming Wang is going to have a lot of pressure off of him this year. CC Sabathia is going to lead. Burnett's going to be a power guy. I think Wong can kind of sneak under the radar and really have a nice big year for the Yankees once again.
And in the middle of this game, it wasn't the 9th inning. It was, I believe, the 6th inning. We saw Mariano Rivera. He underwent arthroscopic shoulder surgery just to shave some loose bodies in that shoulder, and he had a great spring training. He looked pretty good again today. He almost defies Father Time.
Well, I mean, and David went over it all night. His delivery is so perfect. He uses his body. He finishes the ball. I mean, he gets great movement. He knows how to get people out, and he has the confidence. I mean, he's done it for so many years that's one worry that I think Joe Girardi doesn't have to worry about on who is going to shut the door in the 9th inning.
Well, it's going to be Mariano Rivera, but the one thing that they do have a little bit of a concern about, not that they're worried, but, hey, they have to pick out the guy that's going to do it. How do you get the ball to Mariano Rivera? Who's going to pitch the 8th inning? A lot of Yankee fans think it should be Jabba Chamberlain. The Yankees think, hey, this guy's got so many good pitches, he should be starting. That's why he's the number 5 starter. So who's going to be the 8th inning guy? We saw Jose Barris today. We'll probably see Brian Bruni tomorrow. Which one do you think is better suited for that role?
Well, you know, I think you get the sense from the Yankees and Joe Girardi and Dave Island, the pitching coach, that they like Bruni. They want to see this kid kind of step up. They're going to give him the ball, but it's going to be a little bit by committee as well. I mean, you're not going to have the 8th inning guy pitch every day. You're going to have guys pitching 2 out of 3 days, 3 out of 4. Varus is going to get some important innings and important outs. Also Marte. I think the lefty Marte has got a chance to be an 8th inning guy as well. Going to be a little bit by committee, but I think Bruni's the guy that's probably the number 1 guy for the 8th inning.
Interesting first game here at the new Yankee Stadium, and you know, as the innings go by, Bob, you find out little things about the place where you work. Now, this is a great new booth that we have, and you can see behind us, I don't know if you remember, you're probably old enough for this, Bob. Remember color forms?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, where you'd like paste clothes on, like, you know, color form models. This is, how cool is this? Watch. Huh?
Wow.
How great is that?
Are you going to put that back, or are you going to take that home?
Well, I'll put it back.
Oh, yeah. That's you.
Yeah.
Always
this is a rakish angle, you know?
Always the artiste, Michael. You have to shake it up a little bit, don't you?
Yes, have to. That's the way life is.
All right, guys, look forward to seeing you again tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
All right, so interesting things. First of all, do you remember color forms? I think that's the most important question.
I do not, no.
Okay, how about Easy Bake Oven?
I do. I remember that.
Yeah, it's always good eating every time you got Easy Bake Oven. All right, now let's move on to more important things and talk about one of the things they were talking about, the bullpen. We saw some guys tonight. We saw Jose Veras, Mo, obviously. It's kind of a neat test here, finally. We're going to see some more pitchers tomorrow in the afternoon ball game against the Cubs and kind of kick the tires one more time on these guys. Again, Joe Girardi can give them some reps on the mound, but also get a feel for who might be best suited for that 7th and 8th inning.
Yeah, I agree with David Cohn that Brian Bruni's going to get the opportunity to start off this year in the 8th inning. And you see Joe Girardi has a lot of options down in that bullpen. Marte, the lefty, Veras did a nice job last year. I just think that Joe Girardi wants Bruni to be that guy. If he can graduate, he can step up and be reliable, then the Yankees feel really good about that bullpen. Veras is an interesting guy. He kind of gets on a roll where he's really pitching well, the confidence is high, and then maybe he hits a rut and has a couple of tough outings. But I really look for Joe Girardi to give the ball to Bruni to start off the year.
And kind of a PS to the conversation they were having about the stadium, because John and I were talking about this as well during the game. It really has well, any ballpark does, but has a different vibe when there are people in the seats, even a different look from what you see behind home plate.
It's 100% true, and I agree with Paul. Once the people got in here and the atmosphere started kicking up a little bit, then it felt like Yankee Stadium. When you walked in and there was nobody here and you kind of took it all in, it was a little quiet, maybe, you know, unfamiliar, you're not used to it. But once the fans got in here and they were fired up about Yankee baseball, it felt like the old stadium again.
All right, well, how did the Yankees feel about it? More specifically right now, how did Joe Girardi feel about tonight's game? He spoke to the press in the press conference room just a few moments ago.
Felt like we were in the old Yankee Stadium. Kevin Long said to me, he said, it looks the same, you know, except for maybe the huge screen up above the batter's eye. You felt like you were in old Yankee Stadium. Everything was good. I mean, they thought saw the ball well. You know, they thought it played pretty much like Yankee Stadium from what I understand. You know, there's some things that are a little bit different. We talked about some space between first base and the stands, but they said it was good. Guys hung out in the dugout the whole time, you know. Had some players bring out their video cameras, and it's an exciting time for all of us. Oh, yes. Anytime you go to, you know, a big league stadium, the atmosphere is different than a normal spring training game. And the excitement to get out there and play on our field and not knowing what was going to happen today, as bad as the weather was for most of the day, it actually turned out to be a pretty nice night. And we'll take a lot of nights like this in the month of April. It was good. You know, I walked out to the outfielders and said, you know, how is it? And they said, well, it's wet, but it's not soft. I mean, you can't keep the grass from getting wet. I said, is the footing okay? They said, the footing's great. So that was, to me, that's a good sign, because there was a lot of rain today. He looked pretty good. You know, a lot of the hits that he gave up were ground ball hits, and that's what we want. So he looked pretty good to me. And, you know, he got us 70 pitches in exactly, I think. So he was right on cue. You know, I didn't see anyone asking for that. You know, guys obviously hung around in the dugout. You know, in spring training, a lot of times guys will leave after 5 innings if it's a team that we're not necessarily going to play. And guys hung around, but I didn't see anyone really taking anything. I think we left all the dirt out there. You know, I didn't see people asking for foul balls or anything like that. Might be. Yeah, it might be. I would think so. Yeah, everyone came out pretty good. Johnny Rod will have a little bruise probably tomorrow, but he'll be all right. You know, I think the comment that probably stuck with me the most was Kevin Long's comment that it really looks the same, and it felt the same.
All right, so we heard from the skipper, Joe Girardi, there. Let me get back to something he was talking about, the hitters seeing things with that batter's eye. Now, that's been a little bit of an issue here over the course of the past few days. Would it be a problem? If you look at the numbers, 7 runs, 13 hits, you would say, no, not a problem. But what do you make of it?
Well, I think the same thing, 13 hits, and, you know, Joe was talking about asking the hitters how they were seeing the ball. They said, obviously, it was pretty good. They were tracking breaking balls and off-speed pitches, so I think the batter's eye passed the test today. I was also paying attention to Jorge Posada behind the plate. Didn't look like he was having any problem seeing the ball, so I think the batter's eye is not an issue anymore.
And throwing the ball. He had a couple good throws as well. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to hear from Cody Ransom, a long bomb into the night here and off the pole and left. We'll hear from Cody and other Yankees when we come back.
Yes, well, pay close attention. Office supplies are delivered to the front desk. That's Marilyn. Say hi, Marilyn. Hi. Next, cleaning and maintenance supplies go to our main supply closet where... Tom and Jen, don't you have a conference call? Snacks and coffee supplies go to the employee's kitchen. Just leave them on the counter there. Robert, who is hiding behind the refrigerator, he will unload them. Any questions?
No, ma'am. Who but W.B. Mason? One source.
Wonderful. Brian, stop playing the lights.
Toyota introduced the technologically advanced Prius Hybrid and created a phenomenon. In fact, it took us by surprise. It became the car for everyone. Find the right Prius for you. Lease a Prius now for $199 a month or get $1,000 cash back. Prius has the highest EPA-rated combined fuel economy of any vehicle. Test drive America's most fuel-efficient car today.
H&R Block's certified tax professionals will do your taxes right.
My people got it right to the tune of $2,538.
My people saved me $2,628 that I missed when I did my taxes online.
Last year, we found errors on 4 out of 5 returns prepared by others. That's why we have the confidence to guarantee you the maximum refund.
My people got it right.
With H&R Block, you've got people. Didn't use H&R Block this year? This weekend only, we'll take a second look at your tax return for free. Let us find you more money.
Guys, times are tough. We've got to start saving where we can.
Uh-oh.
First, we have decided that we're going to make the internet really fast.
Way faster than that phone company high-speed internet.
Second, we are going to talk on the phone for hours.
To anyone we want.
With 13 new calling features like caller ID and voicemail.
And that's final.
As for our cable TV...
You wouldn't.
Pay less for it? Yes, we would.
Introducing the Optimum Triple Play Upgrade. Cable TV customers call 1-866-699-3929 and save.
Faster internet, unlimited calling? That's what I'm talking about.
Add Optimum Online and Optimum Voice and lower your cable TV bill too. Get all 3 services for under $100 a month for a year. Call 1-866-699-3929 now. Save hundreds with the Optimum Triple Play Upgrade.
I thought Mom was going to cook more.
Are you ready for the wild ride like we are? We certainly hope so. The 2009 baseball season begins on Monday, opening day, and opening week, presented by Firestone here on Yes. Our coverage on Monday as the Yankees visit the Baltimore Orioles begins at 3 o'clock. Then join us for first pitch shortly after 4 here on Yes. Good to have you back once again on the Yankees post game. A couple long shots tonight off the bats of the Yankees. Hideki Matsui with a home run in the 3rd, and then Cody Ransom follows up with a shot to left off the pole in the 4th. And just a few moments ago, Kim Jones had a chance to talk to Cody Ransom.
I'm here with Cody Ransom, and Cody, given your home run tonight, I guess you like the new Yankee Stadium. Is that correct?
This place is unbelievable. It's a lot of fun. Great place to play. You know, with all the fans, it kind of feels like the old place. So, with all the new amenities or whatever you want to call them, but it's an unbelievable place.
You had quite a debut at the old Yankee Stadium, and now you do it again tonight. Can you take us through the home run, including when it hit the left foul pole?
I was just hoping it stayed fair. It started probably 30 or 40 feet fair, and it hooked like crazy. So, you know, obviously, hopefully I can do that opening day, but they don't really count yet. Too bad, but you know, it was a lot of fun.
How did the infield play? Anything at third base a little different that you might have to adjust to, or what was your read from that standpoint?
I didn't get any ground balls, so I really can't. It looked fast. It looked a little quick. It was wet, so, you know, ball was skipping a little bit, but it's beautiful. You know, there's obviously, it's a great place. It's top of the line. You know, BP, I took a bunch of ground balls yesterday, and it played great.
How about the vibe in this clubhouse and also in the dugout? We saw Johnny Damon taking some pictures. Were guys really kind of relishing this first game here, given that it's an exhibition?
I think so. I think it was, you know, once we get back here, we'll be, 9 games into the season already. So, it's fun still. As far as the games not counting, it's a great time during the year too, but they count. We're just, a lot of guys were out having fun today, and, we had a lot of fun out there.
Has it settled in that you are the third baseman until Alex comes back? You are his replacement. You'll start the season as the Yankees starting third baseman.
I'll let you know on the 6th. Yeah, we got a couple days left. I'm not going to take anything for granted. You can ask me that once I am the opening day third baseman. Until then, I'm just trying to make the team still.
Cody, I promise you that is a deal that we will indeed ask you that in Baltimore, all right?
Sure you will, and I'll answer it then.
Thank you, Cody.
All right.
And faster than Brett Gardner going from home to third, Kim is now with us here on the field. The neat thing, and she didn't even break a sweat. The neat thing about Cody Ransom is, some guys would be just like, well, I just don't want to screw this up till Alex gets back. There's a quiet confidence about him. You can tell that.
There is, Bob and John, but I was also struck by the fact that he said, wait a minute, check with me Monday when the regular season starts to make sure I'm the third baseman. It's kind of a neat humility as well. A guy that's bounced around, been to, I think, 8 minor league stops on his way here and a couple major league stops. So he's taking nothing for granted, but definitely a great story. And if he can get out hot, the Yankees would take that, absolutely.
Yeah, well, they take what he did in spring training. Yeah. I mean, here's a guy who knew he was going to be the guy. Could they have made a trade during spring training? Absolutely. But they didn't. And instead, here's what he did. A couple homers, 270 average, 9 ribs. I mean, if he does that for a month and a half or 2 while Alex is gone, you'll live with that, John.
This is one of those guys that the teammates pull for because they know what he's been through in his minor league career. 33 years old. He gets an opportunity now to get a chance to play every day. But he's going to be the utility infielder on this team. But teammates pull for a guy like this because of what he's been through. And like Kim said, if he can get off to a hot start, it would be a great story. He's one of those guys like Brett Gardner. You hope he gets off to a good start. Confidence level rises a little bit. And then, the Yankees get off to a good start as well.
And don't forget, do you need to make a note? Do you need to write that down that you need to ask him that on Monday? Or
something tells me he'll be on my list Monday.
All right. Just a mental note. You're so good at that. All right. Now, Kim also had a chance to talk to Johnny Damon tonight. He's not the number 1 hitter. He's the number 2 hitter. She was part of the media scrum that spoke to Damon a little while ago.
Yeah, it's a tremendous thing when you're able to put on pinstripes. And, a few of those guys aren't going to start the season with us. And hopefully they get an opportunity later on in the year. But you just never know with this game. So it's pretty cool that a few guys get to play here on the very first game. So I thought I'd do what I can.
What's it like? Did you take any yourself out there?
No. No.
Mr. Dave, whose cameras did you have?
Not yours, but it's a secret.
It's a secret. I like that. Did they all get back to the rightful owners? I saw you being very particular about it.
Yeah, well, I actually was scrambling because I put one in the wrong locker and had the wrong one out there. So I scrambled around a bit, but we were fortunate enough to get the right ones.
How did you become team photographer tonight, Johnny?
Just doing my duty. I was out of the game and just trying to help out.
What's your first impression of your new home?
I love it. There's so many great things about it. Playing conditions were great. Even with all the rain we had, the field drained great. We got some key home runs, especially Matt Suey's and Robinson Cano's. So that's going to be fun to watch all season long.
Could you get used to your third baseman hitting home runs in April?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a guy who has battled his entire career, and now he's the starting third baseman for the New York Yankees. It's a huge accomplishment, and I couldn't be prouder for Cody.
Johnny, you said the playing conditions were great. The dimensions are the same as the old stadium. Does it play the same in left?
I think I'm going to need to have more games out there. It's real tough to tell how the wind was blowing, and with the sinker ball pitcher throwing today, it's going to be different with the other guys. So we'll just have to see that we have quite a bit of games here this year, so I'll give you a full assessment after the season.
Everybody's waiting to
We're going to check back with a lot of these guys.
Right.
Trust me.
Now, they're going to get a little different feel tomorrow because the game is during the afternoon. So, John, here they get kind of two different looks.
Yeah, you hope the sun comes out maybe so you can see how the sun is going to play. Is it going to be like the old stadium where left field was tough during day games? But was that Nick Swisher in the press conference there?
Swisher joined. His locker is beside Damon's, which is beside Nady's. And then you go into Teixeira, Gardner, Ransom. So there's sort of the Bermuda Triangle to start you off, and then but we're going to spend a lot of time in that area of the clubhouse. But Nick Swisher will one way or another be on a lot of post games.
And wasn't it great that Johnny was the guy taking the team pictures?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if we went back in the clubhouse right now and he was downloading them all to everybody's computer at their lockers?
Which they could do.
He could easily, just as easy, put them on Facebook, and then we could all look at them. Anyway, what was the sense with Damon and the veterans tonight? They seem a little bit in awe of their surroundings, but again, they've been in a lot of different clubhouses and new ballparks around the majors.
I got the feeling, guys, talking to Jeter before the game and then a couple of the guys afterwards, that they were glad to get this out of the way, to have an exhibition here or two, to get used to some things, to not get lost, that sort of thing, to enjoy the clubhouse, to get used to the field. And a lot of guys said it's so much like the old Yankee Stadium when you're on the field.
You know, I didn't ask you this, I think, in the pregame. Do you like the Jeter in the 1, Damon in the 2 spot? It seemed to work okay tonight.
Yeah, I think it works okay. I mean, you split up the lineup, obviously, right, left, which is good. Teixeira, switch hitter, and Posada in the middle of that lineup, which I think is all right. Johnny Damon's going to do whatever he has to do to help the Yankees win. Derek Jeter, maybe he doesn't take as many pitches as you would like a leadoff guy to, but his on-base percentage is outstanding.
And just a quick follow on that, you also mentioned you thought it was a good move putting Gardner in the 9 spot instead of leadoff, takes a little bit of pressure off him. You've had a chance to talk to him during the spring. He seems to be handling everything pretty well.
Yeah, you talk about quiet confidence. He seems to have that for sure. He's very grateful for this opportunity, but very confident. He believes he can handle this. And that is clear when you talk to him, and we'll do more of that as the season goes along as well. We'll talk to everyone before. Johnny, by the way, said, thanks, Kim. I said, you got 161 left. And he looked at me and said, no more. So we'll talk to Johnny a lot.
You have a long to-do list.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Not much more for you to do on this show. Some final thoughts coming up from Yankee Stadium right after this.
On an all-new center stage.
I love being a Yankee.
Can you still play?
Yes, I can still play. Obviously, you need rhythm to play an instrument, and you need rhythm to play baseball.
Premieres Wednesday at 11.
Only on Yes.
So Monday, you order coffee from WB Mason. Tuesday, cleaner. Wednesday, a 12-pack of soda. And Thursday, packing tape. Well, the delivery charges must cost us a fortune.
Actually, Richard, with WB Mason, the delivery is free. No matter the order size. And we get it the same day.
And those are the reasons?
Of course. Why else?
Someone order paper clips? Who but WB Mason?
One source.
Wonderful.
Excuse me. Do you know the way to Route 70?
Nope.
What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. Poor fella. Must have been following you for miles. Looks tired. Tell me who's watching.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That's crazy, man. Ready?
Do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Hey, I'm Derek Jeter. Check out what's happening at YesNetwork.com.
It's a new Yankee season and a brand new look to YesNetwork.com. With even more Yankees highlights, interviews, and live game chats, plus original online programming and enhanced fan interaction.
Get the best Yankees coverage on the web at YesNetwork.com.
Well, we had a lot of fun tonight. We plan on doing it again tomorrow. It's a 1 o'clock game here on Yes. Cubs against the Yankees, their second exhibition game. It is presented by X-Men Origins, Wolverine, and Michael, Paul, and David will have the call for you. And we're back here on the Yankees post game. Again, the Yankees with a 7-4 win tonight over the Cubs in the first game at the new Yankee Stadium, exhibition style. Let's take a look ahead now to the regular season. We've already set the table for you. It begins Monday in Baltimore, an afternoon game, and then 2 more in Baltimore. They'll take that off day on the 7th. 3 in Kansas City, 3 in Tampa Bay. So, John, what do you make of that? Because before they come home on the 16th, you know, it could be a little chilly in Baltimore and Kansas City, but a chance to kind of get away, and hopefully things will warm up a little here.
Yeah, I love the fact that the team starts out on the road this year, and I felt like spring training, you didn't really get that sense of team chemistry. I love the fact they go to Baltimore, you go to Kansas City, you go to Tampa Bay. Hopefully you have a good road trip, but more importantly, you develop a bond as a team and come together and look forward to your home opener.
You talk about team chemistry. How's this? A.J. Burnett and CC Sabathia still in the clubhouse after this game ended. Those guys didn't have any reason to be here. Burnett, in fact, pitches tomorrow, and yet they've been hanging around. That's what they've been doing all spring. CC all smiles, talking about Monday. You know he's excited for the regular season opener.
Absolutely. Can't go to any more Orlando Magic games. The NBA season is almost over. Those guys love those courtside tickets he bought them, though, I'll tell you. All right, that's going to do it for us. Again, the Yankees with a 7-4 win tonight. For John Flaherty, Kim Jones, I'm Bob Lorenz. Have a terrific night, and, of course, we will see you again tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock here on Yes for Game 2 against the Cubs. Take care.
Announcing the Ford Advantage Plan, a better plan to get you into a quality-built Ford. While others say there's no credit available, with Ford Credit there is. Check for pre-approval at FordVehicles.com. And if you lose your paycheck, we'll make your payments for up to 12 months. Quality, credit, and payment protection. That's the Ford Advantage Plan. Now get 0% financing for 72 months on a new 2009 Ford Fusion. Visit your Tri-State Ford dealer and drive one.
For 3 days only, the perfect furniture at the perfect price. At Raymore and Flanagan, you'll find deep discounts from 10 to 30% off. Specially selected furniture, perfect for lounging in the living room, sleeping in on Sunday, for family get-togethers, and it gets better. You pay nothing for 1 full year with 3-day delivery.
Now that's furnishing my style.
This Raymore and Flanagan sale ends Saturday, 9 p.m.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Yes Network.
With a rearmed rotation and a reloaded lineup, the Yankees are ready for opening day, Monday. The 2009 season begins in Baltimore as CC Sabathia makes his Yankees debut against the Orioles. Yankees, Orioles, opening day coverage starts Monday at 3, only on Yes. Presented by Firestone, a tradition of innovation.
This is Maya, and if she doesn't look too happy, she isn't. Maya, like many people, has too much credit card debt. How about you? Do you have $5, $10, $15, or even $25,000 or more in credit card debt? Are your creditors harassing you at all hours? Are you tired of going through life feeling like Maya? I'm Todd Cook, founder of 800 Credit Card Debt. Day in and day out, we help people just like Maya. Regular people who got in over their heads in credit card debt and want their lives back on track. At 800 Credit Card Debt, we'll help you find a payoff plan you can live with. One that could work with your creditors to eliminate penalties, lower your interest rates, and even reduce what you owe. Don't let the word bankruptcy enter your thoughts. Call us, because you can pay off your credit cards and still have money left over each month. And the best part is, you'll feel like yourself again. Maya did. Make the call today.
Get rid of your credit card debt once and for all. Call 1-800-985-1528.
The following is an encore presentation of New York Yankees baseball on Yes.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium and the final home game in the 85-year history of this cathedral of sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for all the Yankee legends and for the grand history of Yankee Stadium. And now a new legacy begins. With an eye on the past, the Yankees have moved across the street, but have made sure to bring with them the memories that shape the world's most famous franchise. The sun rises now on a new home of champions, as the Yankees have a sparkling new palette where the future will glimmer on a grand stage. As a season of change blows across the landscape, one thing doesn't change, never will, as the name remains the same.
Welcome to the new Yankee Stadium.
A new era in Yankee baseball begins, a new home of champions. It opened yesterday for a Yankee workout. People got their first look at some of the items from across the street. And some of the Yankee greats got a chance to see what their new home is going to play like and feel like. But they did bring the ghosts across the street. Speaking of across the street, it's just a stone's throw away. The old Yankee Stadium. And this is the new Yankee Stadium as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. Tonight, the Chicago Cubs meet the New York Yankees, and Yankees baseball on Yes presented by X-Men Origins Wolverine. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill and David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. Well, it's tough to leave the old place. A lot of memories there, a lot of championships as well. But if you're going to depart, you want to come to a place like this. This is a palace, David.
It's incredible. I mean, every view from every part of the stadium has an incredible sight line. I think the fans are going to be thrilled with the sight lines that they're going to get. The players are thrilled with their digs down in the clubhouse. You know, it's a wonderful place. I'm anxious to see a game actually played here, see how it plays out.
Now, the dimensions on the field are the exact same thing as across the street, Paul, but there is a different feel here.
Well, I think the foul territory we talked about a little bit, it could make a difference. And I don't care where you are, it could be across the street. And sometimes the fields play different. I mean, does the ball carry the same way? Does the infield fast? Is it still going to left center field the place as a left-hander wants to stay out of? There's so many questions, and it's going to take some time to answer them.
Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this game. The game almost seems secondary. You got Ted Lilly, a former Yankee, going for the Cubs last year, 17-9, 4.09. Chien-Ming Wang, injury plagued 2008, and he was 8-2 with a 4.07. He'll get the start for the New York Yankees. The place looks great. People are filing in. It looks like the weather has held up. A look at the Great Hall. We'll take a look throughout the game at all the great moments and great things here at the new Yankee Stadium.
My first week home was great. We had a party, small party.
2 o'clock in the morning, they were waiting for me.
My niece was waiting for me at the airport with a sign and balloons.
There was a huge sign across my front house, and it said, "Welcome home, Megan."
They lifted me up on their shoulders, and first week back, people just said thank you. They just said thank you.
A new generation of veterans is coming home. Make a difference for them at welcomebackveterans.org.
He's New York's #1 sports authority.
If you don't think that matters, well, you're dead wrong. It matters a lot. It's not like you can import new arms. It's not like you're going to be able to wave a magic wand and 3 new guys are showing up.
His talk is hard-hitting.
If I don't say it, no one will.
And he's earned the respect of the fans.
The audience is why I'm here. I'm only here because of you.
He is Mike Francesa.
Just be fair. Be a little bit fair. No one's asking you how you're doing it. Just get it done.
Mike Francesa, New York's #1 sports radio show. Weekdays at 1, right here on Yes. They are players who created a legacy.
1,000 years from now, they'll still talk about Babe Ruth.
And performers who continue the tradition.
Alex Rodriguez has made Major League Baseball history.
They are heroes celebrated by generations.
The luckiest man on the face of the earth.
From moments etched in time.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
All proudly displayed in the hallowed halls of Yankeeography, only on Yes.
Well, the ceremonial first pitch took place moments ago as a Yankee Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson marched to the mound and unleashed the first pitch to Jorge Posada. Looks like close to a full house here at the stadium on what was an awful afternoon here in the Bronx, but it's cleared up to allow us to have the first baseball game at Yankee Stadium. Reggie delivers a strike. Chien-Ming Wang winds, kicks, and he's ready to deal. Let's do it at the new Yankee Stadium. And the first pitch is a strike.
It was a cricket strike that Reggie threw. It was kind of a one-hopper right to the strike zone.
And Wang deals inside as Aaron Miles skips rope, and the count is 1-1. See what Miles did last year. And he slaps one through the left side for a base hit. So it's an exhibition game, but that's the first base hit here at the new Yankee Stadium. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup as put together by Cubs manager Lou Piniella. We know that Aaron Miles, the second baseman, leads off. Batting second and playing center field is Kosuke Fukudome. Derek Lee, the first baseman, will hit third. You see what he did last year. Milton Bradley signed as a free agent. He's the DH. He'll clean up. Mike Fontenot, the third baseman, bats fifth. Giovanni Soto will catch. Reed Johnson in right. Ryan Theriot, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And Joey Gathright is in left field, batting ninth. So Aaron Miles on first, and here is Fukudome. And Wang deals outside. Wang missed a good portion of last year with a Lisfranc sprain, and he suffered the injury against the Houston Astros. He got a hit in a game where there was no DH, and then actually hurt himself rounding third and trying to score. That was a big blow for the Yankees. In fact, the battery right here is a big blow for the Yankees last year. Wang and Jorge Posada. There's a shot past a diving Cano into right field, a base hit. Runners on first and third and nobody out.
Only the first base hit you, if you're watching, it doesn't bother you because it's a ground ball, it's a seeing eye hit, but that ball stung pretty hard. And as a sinker ball pitcher, when they start making solid contact, you think that ball's not quite sinking the way it should.
You told you about Wang last year with the injury that shortened the season. 8-2, 4.07. Important guy for this team.
He is an important guy. He was dealing last year, and we'll give you the scouting report right here. Back healthy again. Showed in spring training. Threw very well. All of his stuff was there. All of his pitches. Added protection this year, obviously, with CC Sabathia and Burnett.
Big healthy cut by Lee.
You see Wang kind of slide down in the 2 or 3 hole. He's not counted on to be the #1 guy. A little pressure off of him. And better mix. What we saw last year, Paulie, is what you're saying. He started to mix his pitches a little better. Mixing in a good slider, getting some swings and misses. And everybody knows he's got a turbo sinker, and that's his best pitch. But when he gets into that pitching mode and mixes his pitches, he's a much better pitcher.
Trying to keep Fukudome close. Hey, this could be a little bit of a preview of a World Series. A lot of people in baseball think the Cubs and the Yankees could end up here in October. And they actually met in the 1932 and the 1938 World Series. There's a fly ball, center field. Brett Gardner comes in. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Miles. He comes. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's in there. A good throw by Gardner. Miles slides in just ahead of the tag by Posada, and the Cubs lead 1-0.
Well, if you think about it, it's a good piece of hitting. It's a great, Gardner stays behind the ball, makes a great play. I was wondering to see how it was going to skip off the grass. True. It's like Georgie Clark. I mean, these are the plays that, you want your team to do, but you don't want to see them in a spring training game where guys can get hurt. That's just a good baseball play on everybody's part. There's the one we want. Did he get to the plate?
I don't know.
Still don't see it. I think Georgie did a good job there.
So 2 away. Now, Andy Pettitte yesterday actually threw his bullpen on the mound here at the new stadium. And David, he was raving about it. He said it's almost as if they brought the mound from the old stadium in.
It did. I went out and took a look at it and stood on it. And it's just a great feeling mound. Your home mound should always feel that way. As a pitcher, you better feel good in your home park or you're going to have a long year.
It's Mike Fontenot. A little bit low.
you can see right there in that shot, you know, the backstop is so close. You know, when you're on a good sloped mound on your home ballpark, you feel like you're on top of the hitter. You just feel like you can throw harder. You feel like you can see better. Your depth perception is much better as a pitcher. And, you know, I love the feel of that, as we talked about before in the pregame show. That backstop right there, you're right on top of the action, and I love that feel as a pitcher.
The old ballpark, 72-4. That one's grounded foul. And now 52-4, so 20 feet less. NYY-TV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with NYY-TV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, but a guy filming the game from the dugout. Other than maybe like an all-star game.
That looks like a souvenir he's filming. Fondo slaps one the other way deep as Damon goes back and makes the play right on the warning track for the final out of the first inning at the new Yankee Stadium. The Cubs score 1 on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. The Cubs won, and the Yankees coming to bat.
I faced one of the toughest challenges of my life right here. I couldn't swim. But I can still hear my drill instructor today. Don't quit. So I jumped in, apprehensive and scared out of my mind. But I came up a Marine.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
FreeCreditReport.com. Tell your friends, tell your dad, tell your mom. Never mind, they've been singing our songs since we first showed up with our pirate hats on. If you're not into fake sword fights, pointy slippers and green wool tights, take a tip from a knight who knows. FreeCreditReport.com.
Offer applies with enrollment and triple advantage.
I was losing my hair much like other men.
I noticed that my hair was starting to get thin.
Tens of thousands of men and women with hair loss.
I needed to make a change in my life and make a change for the better.
Now regrowing their hair and turning back the clock.
We're talking about taking you back to the past and let you stay there.
All rebuilding their confidence and regaining their edge.
More hair, more confidence.
I have hair now.
It'll be there forever.
All of them all-stars. And all from one place.
MHR.
MHR.
MHR. That's what medical hair restoration's all about.
Get the powerful information you need right now to regrow your hair permanently. Call this toll-free number now for your free DVD package. Plus, if you call now, we'll also upgrade you to priority shipping and tell you how you can get free samples of Result shampoo and conditioner with powerful copper peptide. Get your free DVD package today. It will change your life forever.
Don't wait another day. It's never too late.
Too late? No.
Let's do it.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It's a new Yankee season and a brand new look to YesNetwork.com. With even more Yankees highlights, interviews, and live game chats, plus original online programming and enhanced fan interaction.
Get the best Yankees coverage on the web at YesNetwork.com.
Well, Ted Lilly taking his warm-up tosses for the Cubs. Now let's take a look at the Yankees lineup that he's going to face. And it's a little bit of a different lineup. And Joe Girardi shook things up toward the end of spring training. Derek Jeter is leading off, and he will lead off this season. The captain and the shortstop out of the number 1 hole. Johnny Damon goes down to number 2. He'll play left field. Mark Teixeira at first base will hit third. Hideki Matsui DHs while Alex Rodriguez is out and cleans up. Batting 5th and catching, Jorge Posada. Robinson Cano at second will hit 6th. Xavier Nades in right field batting 7th. Batting 8th, filling in for A-Rod at third base is Cody Ransom. And Brett Gardner won the center field job for the Yankees in spring training, beating out Melky Cabrera. He will bat 9th.
See Ted Lilly's numbers last year in the 08, kind of a career year. 17-9, 204 innings pitched, 184 strikeouts kind of jumps out at me, and 239 opponent average, pretty good. The scouting report consistent. He's won 15 or more games each of the past 3 seasons. Gutsy competitor, Paulie. I remember him as a teammate on the Yankees. Well, this kid's got some guts. I mean, he's not afraid of anything. He's fearless on the mound. I loved his attitude. He loved pitching in the World Baseball Classic. He loves the fact that he's pitching here at Yankee Stadium tonight. Kind of a role reversal in his numbers last year in 08. You know, right-handers hit 219 off of him, and lefties hit 307. A little unusual for a lefty to give up that to left-handed batters.
make much sense. But, you know, looking back, as soon as I can remember the day that he met us in Baltimore. I remember going to lunch with him, and he was real quiet. You could tell he was nervous. But the first thing you notice about a young pitcher is, do they get hit hard? And the first couple outings, I mean, he lost or he gave up a few runs, but the balls weren't hit hard. Guys don't square the ball off of him. I mean, he's got an awkward delivery, kind of slings the ball around, and you know, he's been successful. And when he left here, you could tell he was going to win some games.
You see the flash bulbs go off when Derek Jeter swings the bat. The first Yankee batter. He was the last Yankee batter in the old stadium. Now the first Yankee batter here in the new stadium. The Yankees' new leadoff batter this year. Ted Lilly deals. Check swing and a high fastball. Did he go? No, he did not, said first base umpire Tim Timmons. And this is the first pitch by Ted Lilly. And not only the Yankees want pictures, but everybody in the stands do as well. And the 1-1. Inside. Paul, we've asked you this before. I mean, when flashbulbs go off in World Series, do you notice it when you're at the plate?
No, because, I mean, the only thing you're looking at is that little area where the pitcher is and the background, and what's going around you and beside you, you don't notice at all.
And the 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. Well, Derek Jeter has the one record that you know will never, ever be broken. He is the all-time hits leader at the old Yankee Stadium. No one's getting any more hits there. 1274, beating out Lou Gehrig's 1269. The 3-1. Grounded, third base, fair ball, past the diving Fontenot, and down the left field line. Kicks out to Gathright. Jeter goes to second, and he has the first Yankee hit here at the new Yankee Stadium. A double to open the first.
You know, Derek Jeter, as a leadoff hitter, he's going to swing the bat. You see that ball up in the strike zone, gets out and around, and hooks it down the line. And this is actually, Cody, if you think about it, a good way to get your last couple of spring training games, because there's enough excitement that you can concentrate, you can put together some good at-bats, and look forward to Monday in the real opening day.
Well, we've seen Derek Jeter kind of inside out that ball a lot, and to see him turn on that pitch on the inside, it's a good sign. Usually he's feeling good about his swing when he starts turning on that inside pitch.
There's Johnny Damon. He is the number 2 hole hitter for the Yankees. And Lilly deals. There's a strike. Damon has hit in the number 2 hole 85 times in his career. A 277 batting average, batting second. Last year, in 131 plate appearances leading off games, Johnny hit 272 with a 366 on base percentage, and overall hit 303. Certainly a lot of debate about flip-flopping the two of them, and there are a lot of reasons why. I think Joe Girardi wants to go righty-lefty, righty-lefty, right down the line, and with Gardner batting 9th. This way you don't stack left-handers, Gardner and Damon, when the lineup becomes circular. High fly ball, right field. Reed Johnson backs up. He's there. Tagging is Jeter. Here's the throw, and it's cut off. Jeter moves to third. Now here's Mark Teixeira coming up to the plate for the first time as a Yankee.
Now batting, first baseman, number 25, Mark Teixeira. Number 25.
And Teixeira signed an 8-year contract with the Yankees, gets a warm hand here at the new Yankee Stadium. The public address voice that you hear is that of Paul Olden. Bob Shepard still not able to work these games. He is not officially retired, and he is trying to get back at some time this season. Infield is back. Jeter is at third. And Teixeira takes a strike. Now, when Jeter came up to the plate, he was announced by Bob Shepard. He said that as long as he is a Yankee, as long as he plays, he will always be announced coming to the plate by Bob Shepard's voice. But Paul Olden doing the PA tonight, the first game here at the new stadium. You might remember Paul used to be a broadcaster for the Yankees for a couple of years, and then was a broadcaster for the Tampa Bay then Devil Rays for about 8 years. And he has long been the voice of the Super Bowl, where he does PA for all the NFL Super Bowl games, obviously. See what Teixeira did last year with the Braves and the Angels. And in his last at-bat at the stadium as an Angel, he hit a grand slam. We talked about it the other day, and he said he didn't realize it until his dad called him when he was on the bus. And here it is, that last at-bat. It's a game that the Angels lost, a real slugfest between the two teams. August 3rd, 2008. Now, last year, Teixeira hit .467 with runners on third and less than 2 outs, and that's the situation right now with Jeter at third and 1 out. Cubs lead 1-0. We're at the bottom of the first inning. Lilly deals. Upstairs.
That's a mark of a really good RBI, man. I mean, those numbers are off the charts there when you talk about hitting .467, and then the other times he probably drove him in with a fly ball. I mean, situational hitting is such a big thing when it comes down with a team like the Yankees that has such great starting pitching. I mean, you score these runs here, get your pitcher back in the game or get him a lead early in the game. That could be the end of it.
There's a strike, so it evens the count at 2-2.
I was really impressed with him in spring training, too. He's a solid guy. He really fit into the clubhouse. He almost assumed a leadership role right away and protecting A-Rod and some of the controversies A-Rod went through this spring. And he just seems like a great makeup, a great psychological makeup to go with obvious great skills physically.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He blew a fastball right by him upstairs. So Teixeira goes down and leaves Jeter at third now with 2 outs.
Now, those are the bats that you walk back and you think, thank goodness this is spring training, because you hate to give that. And in spring training, you watch the pitches, you see that first pitch strike right down the middle. All of a sudden, Lilly starts elevating. He sneaks that fastball in. This is kind of a hanging slider or almost a cut fastball. And, Teixeira trying to get the ball out of the infield, just swings at the pitch a little up in the zone.
Here's Hideki Matsui, the DH, the cleanup batter. Fouls it back. Matsui is finally healthy. Last couple of years, he's had surgery on both knees. Last year, again, abbreviated season because of injuries. 294, 9 homers, 45 runs batted in. He will not even attempt to play in the field until June at the earliest, so he is the DH. And that makes Jorge Posada and his ability to catch imperative for the Yankees. Because if Posada can't catch, then he's going to DH. That means Matsui can't play, and that also means that Jose Molina's behind the plate, and your lineup becomes a lot shorter.
Well, they've really missed Posada's bat in the middle of that lineup last year, along with Matsui hitting now, obviously. Molina's a great defensive catcher. He's perfect as a backup. It's what he came here to do. That's what he signed to be, and the pitchers love throwing to him. But if you can get Posada to catch, 3 or 4 times a week and fix in Molina in there, then they're hoping Posada can stay healthy all year.
And the 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. So both pitchers, both Chien-Ming Wang and Ted Lilly, getting a lot of work here in the first inning. Angels have won more games in spring training. The Yankees 22-10-1, while the Cubs are 18-16-2. Now, the Cubs train in Mesa, Arizona. The Yankees train in Tampa, Florida. And the Yankees have not had a preseason exhibition game here in the Bronx since 1993 when they played the Mets.
Remember that one, too.
There's Lou Piniella, remembers the old stadium fondly. And that was the last full season in which the Yankees did not make the playoffs before last year. Right back up the middle, knocked down by Lilly, takes away a base hit and an RBI, and that's going to do it for the Yankees. Here in the first inning, a leadoff double by Jeter is wasted. No runs to hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 1 at the new Yankee Stadium. Cubs 1 and the Yankees nothing.
This is fascinating. You want to get along better with your significant other? In a recent study, 4 out of 5 couples said getting a DVR improved their relationship. Less arguing about what to watch when, because it's so easy to record your favorite shows to watch whenever. Even better, DVR makes it easy to watch the shows you both like together. Get DVR for IO for just $9.95 more per month. And don't just get a better TV, get a better relationship.
Suffer with chronic back pain and want to get your activities back now? There is a medical breakthrough with a remarkably high success rate without drugs or surgery. Non-surgical spinal decompression naturally heals by drawing bulging and herniated disc material back in place, relieving chronic pain.
It's as if my back has been reborn. I think that's exactly how I feel about it.
Call 1-877-4-LOW-BACK to schedule a free consultation.
Call the Spinal Aid Center of North Jersey today for your free consultation.
Jeep 17 in Paramus, #1 certified pre-owned Jeep dealer in the Northeast, has a certified Jeep that fits any budget. Grand Cherokee, save up to $20,000. Commander, save up to $21,000. Liberty, save up to $14,000. Wrangler, save up to $10,000. Plus available 4.9% financing, only in Paramus. Call, click, or visit the #1 certified pre-owned Jeep dealer in the Northeast. Jeep 17.
Well, one of the amazing things about this ballpark are the grand concourses, no pun intended. I mean, they are so huge, and there's so many points of purchase, and you can actually buy things and still see the games going on. The concourses are actually on an average 32 feet wide. And look at the scoreboard. The scoreboard is just amazing. It's almost like what Paul has hanging in his living room in Ohio. That is some scoreboard. So that's 59 feet high, 101 feet wide.
Coney, could you imagine if we did the pregame on that big screen? The size of Michael's head up on that big screen.
Wow. First shot at the new stadium. You know, there's so much to like about this new stadium, David, but one of the things that I'm actually ecstatic about is that Paul O'Neill was denied entrance into the Yankee clubhouse because he didn't have a pass. To me, that made my day.
Didn't have my credentials.
On the old place, you used to walk around like you owned it.